Hey guys, welcome into June's everyday makeup drawer and my tested new makeup drawer refresh. As you can see, I'm starting off this video a little bit differently. I've got a ton of stuff that I picked up either at TJ Maxx. I've got some things that I was sent in PR, and then I have some things that I picked up from Ipsy. So there's like a lot of stuff here that I want to go through and put away into the everyday makeup drawer. So I think this video is going to be a little bit longer than normal. We also have to refresh my everyday makeup, so let's jump right into it. Okay guys, this is our setup here. If you know, you know. This system of drawers right here is all the stuff that I'm testing, and then this is my everyday makeup. It's a lot fuller. There was a lot of things that I pulled in. I'm really excited that I got to do that, but as you guys saw, I have a ton of stuff that I picked up at TJ Maxx, stuff that I got in PR, and then a bunch of stuff from this Ipsy sale. So this is like a mix of like the Ipsy sale plus things that I picked up from TJ Maxx. Actually Marshall's too. I took a trip to Marshall's like by myself on lunch break one day just because I needed like a little pick-me-up, I guess. But also I went to TJ Maxx with my grandmother, my husband, and my son one day. So like I've been accumulating things and I need to put it in here. Some of this stuff is just shade extensions. I've already like tried and loved a lot of these products. That's why I picked them up, because I knew that I would. So let's go over this system of drawers first, then we'll jump into my everyday makeup drawers and we're gonna do a shop my stash. There's usually some products that I do declutter from the stuff that I have in my everyday makeup drawer, simply because I'm like, okay, I've tested it. I really don't want it in my collection, but I will say last month there wasn't anything that I tried that I was just like, it's time to get rid of. I don't enjoy it. So there really won't be any decluttering in this video today. There was one thing that was on the chopping block that I'll tell you guys about that was in here, the blush, like one of the shades. So if you guys saw that video last month, you'll know there was a shade that I was like wondering if it was too deep for me, but it ended up being like one of my favorite shades. So let's start off with just this bin. You guys, there's a crap ton to go over. As I showed you in the beginning of the video, there is just a bunch of stuff in a box, in bags, and other things I need to take out. So let's do that together. I generally will swatch everything for you guys because I feel like that is kind of the interesting part of the video. So let's jump into it. Let's go over these two things that are sitting up here. There's three things in this system of drawers. This first one I actually did pick up, I think at TJ Maxx. So I pulled it out like right away. It's the Sun Touchable All Set for Sun SPF 45 Sun Protection and Setting Spray from e.l.f. I think they still make this product. Sometimes they're discontinuing things and that's why they wind up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. But it has an expiration date of 12/25 and I've opened it. So, you know, I have 6 months to use this over the summer. So I thought it would be good. I'm just not sure like how I want to use this. I just don't know what like finish it gives. So I wasn't like sure if I wanted to use this yet. Is it more of a mattifying one? I just haven't looked it up. Or is it like dewy? Depending upon what I'm looking for, I'll reach for different ones. So I think that I'm definitely gonna have to like look up what the finish of this is before I know when I want to touch it. This one I bought on Ipsy because it was like half off, the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation from Hourglass. And when I originally tried this, it was really dry, but it was back when I had dry skin. I tried it again and it's still a little bit thick and it's still a little bit dry, like on the finish, you know, when like everything is all said and done, when it dries down. The situation on the focus, sometimes I don't know what it's doing. I wasn't like convinced this is a foundation that's gonna work for me. I wore it once since I put it up here and it was actually I think twice. The first time I could tell it was a little bit dry for my skin, but it was like an extremely dry skin fall and winter. So not really the time I would touch for this kind of foundation anyway. But then the second time I used it, I ended up mixing it in with one of my like dewier primers and it was really nice. It was kind of like, it's a moisturizing primer. So I think it kind of like does both things and it was nicer, but then I was really still hesitant to use it because I don't like mixing things in. I still need to keep it up here though. Again, I think maybe I bought it and it really just isn't a foundation that's gonna work for me. Or maybe I'm using too much product. I don't know, but that's why it gets tested. All right, let's go over this foundation. The Makeup Forever HD Skin. This one is the, I think it's like the matte version, you know, because they have the glowier one. So this one I thought would be really good for summer. I've liked the Makeup Forever base products that I have tried, but it's been a minute. Like I haven't tested one in years, maybe since 2020, and they've come out with a couple and people seem to like them. I got 1 and 14. I'm nearly certain I picked this up at Macy's and it was half off. It looks a little bit deep. Uh-oh. This is the first time I'm pulling it out of the box, so shit. Is this really the shade that I picked? Because that's straight up orange. Is this the shade that I would have picked at Macy's? Wow, that's really orange. Okay, well maybe I can lighten it. I hate doing that too. Damn. So this was half off at Macy's. Macy's runs a lot of really good sales. So I totally forgot I had a Macy's order in here also. Anyway, we'll give it a go. That looks super duper dark and I'm not getting any darker. And the summertime because one, I typically try and stay out of the sun, and two, I wear so much freaking sunscreen that my face never gets tan. I bought these at like the dollar store. I also forgot I picked up a couple of things there. These are the faux eyelash case protector. So I thought I would take this downstairs because I'm constantly taking off my lashes after like filming a video, putting an eye look together. And then I'm just like putting them in a plastic bag because I don't want to just leave them randomly around my room, but I want to use them again. So this was cute. It's like sparkly purple. I mean, I think I just need to leave like that plastic in there like that. But yeah, that I'm gonna take downstairs. It's $1.25. Okay, I've just separated all of these like into piles right here. So let's like go over them. I've got like the blush here, the highlighter is here, and then here are the lip products that you can't see, that's just out of frame. So let's go through, I guess, the blush first. These again are just like all the mix between like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and then I do have some stuff at the bottom that is Ipsy. I will be talking about this formulation pretty soon in an upcoming video of like blushes that I want to talk about that are some of my favorite, but this is the Good Apple Blush Balm Duo from KVD. Now, while this is in like a super wild shade, a lot of these look super intense, but the colors seem to like work for me, at least in the one that I have that looks super intense. I have swatched this one here. There was really only these two shades that were sold. I was like, is this purple gonna work for me? I kind of like buffed these in, but I think this is gonna be a really pretty pink shade, like once buffed out. And this one here, if you mixed these two together, I feel like they would be really pretty, but see how they buff out? Aren't those like delicious and smooth? Oh, I think this is such an underrated formula. This was $8. It was like on clearance, so even less expensive than the $10 they were trying to sell it for. So anyway, that one is gonna go in this blush drawer. So I'm gonna move that down here. The other one that I'm still testing is a new release from Sephora. It's the Blush 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 Trio. And this one, I don't love the shade range. I wanna say there's only 4 shades. I liked the cream side, but it wasn't my absolute favorite formulation. It's kind of a like silica based formula that got maybe too sheer or was too slippy. I don't know, we're still testing it. But then the powder was so freaking light, it didn't even show up. This reminds me of what they're trying to do, like the one size blush where you have a matte powder and then a shimmery powder, but I didn't wear enough oranges to test this one. So this one is like only blush that I have left from last month. So the KVD is gonna go with that. Then I picked up another one of my favorite formulations, the Kaja Dewy Bar Cheek and Lip Color. The shade that I have is Fig Smoothie, and this one is in the shade Berry Sparkler. I actually opened it and swatched it like at home. I opened it when I was in store. Don't judge me, but I need to know if my product's been touched or not, so I do open the boxes. I don't swatch them in store because that's rude and disgusting, but this is one of my favorite formulations, and I thought this shade would look really good. Pretty intense, but so is Fig Smoothie. They kind of look pretty dark, and they're very pigmented, very juicy formulas, so even though this looks pretty intense, I thought that I could get away with it, and I probably can. This is a really fun, like deeper summer color. Also, some of my favorite formulations, and these are even discounted on the Melt's website right now, so I want to say they're gonna end up phasing these out, which is a freaking shame. I have 2 shades in this formula from Melt, the cream blush lights. So like these top 3, I already have this formulation in my collection. Again, I opened them and made sure that they were like good, but I have swatched these. I think I even swatched these on camera. This one looks to have like, I don't know, almost a metallic finish to it. Yeah, it does. It's kind of like gold. Ooh, that's gonna be so pretty. I love colors like this for the summer. And that one is in the shade Polished. This one also looks kind of metallic too in Lynx. Ooh, also gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The other ones that I have are not like a metallic finish. I don't even know if these 2 shades are like still on sale on their website, but I opened them. They weren't swatched. They look like colors that could work for me. It's hard to tell sometimes for the box like how pigmented they're gonna be. All right, also TJ Maxx purchased the Lawless Make Me Blush. I have not tried this. This is just the powder formula. She also had the cream formulation there on sale. Not she, but they did. I already have one and it's not my favorite, but I haven't tried the powder formulation. This is in Desert Rose. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's pretty bright, maybe a little bit deep, but I'm always shocked the shades that I feel like look flattering on me sometimes end up being not the shades I thought that they would be, or especially when they like buff out really nicely, you know, then they're kind of just like this airbrushed beautifulness on the cheeks. So that actually looks like a really nice formula. That was not too intense. It's not too like densely pigmented. So I so far like it. Okay, I have always wanted to try these Kokie gradient blushes. So I found them on Ipsy and they were quite genuinely $5 a piece. I don't think Kokie's like super expensive, but they're definitely double $5 a piece. So I got 2 shades and I think all of them were available on Ipsy on the sale. They were all half off, like none of them were sold out yet. So I picked up 2 shades. I clearly don't have the other one right here. Well, you guys can't see, but like the next one is not a Kokie blush. It's from What's Up Beauty. So I only have this one to show you. We'll show you the next one when we find it. But this one is in 08, BL08. I got a more berry shade because I thought if I mix these 2 shades together, it's like my perfect kind of warm pinky shade. But this actually looks pretty cool toned. Like mixing these 2 together would just be beautiful. Like let's put them, oh yeah, hello, look at that. If I picked up like a little bit more of this, so pretty. I love it again, how like diffused it looks. I mean, the reason that I've wanted these because I've seen other people try Kokie. I'd never get my hands on Kokie. Look at the embossing. It's really pretty. Like for a drugstore blush, I mean, I don't really know the pricing on Kokie, but I think it is drugstore. They just don't have them at my local drugstore. Like what a pretty design. I actually think there might be like too many blush. Let's put the powders in a different drawer and we'll keep creams together and then move the powders elsewhere. All right, this is a setting powder, so that's not even a blush. So for now, let's put this blush drawer back. And that one will be powders. And then let's go through the highlighters next. This one was a Macy's purchase. It was half off. It was the Artist Highlighter from Makeup Forever. But the reason that I got this is because I love the blush formulation that they came out with. I know a lot of people are like, maybe it's not that impressive, but I really liked it. And I wanted to try the highlighter when it was new. I also love the Artist Sculpt. Such a neutral shade, very light, great for light skin tones. But I wanted to try the highlighter, but every time I went in store, what there was to swatch was always too deep. But this is Whatever Pearl. Wherever Pearl? Yes, Wherever Pearl. And all the shades were available. Ooh, I haven't even touched. Can you see? Will it focus? Look how pretty that looks. Let's swatch it. It's like a pinky pearl, isn't it? My fingers are stained from the Kokie blush. Oh, look how pretty that is. That's just like a wet effect, but it's not even too intense. Oh, it's gonna be nice. All right, and then I picked up the Mochi Glow. Never tried this from Kaja. In 01 is the shade, so I'm assuming this is like the lightest one. I've tried the Mochi Pop blushes, so huge fan. Also talked about that formulation pretty recently. Nobody really talks about these Mochi Pops, but my goodness, these Mochi Pops are fabulous. This one feels like it's gonna be, oh look, really smooth, also not too intense. These Mochi Pop formulations by Kaja, so good. You know what though, with the blush, I always keep this little cover on it. Maybe I'll keep that cover on this one too. All right, let's go through the lip products. So this is another TJ Maxx purchase. Yeah, it's actually one of their lip products. I know you can use this as like a lip blush, but I would not do that. I'm really not somebody who uses one product for lip and cheeks. I mean, I guess if I was like on the go, I might. Anyway, this is one of their lip charm thingies that comes with like this, you know? It's really cute. Kaja is really cute, but I don't think I'll be using it. And then this one is in the shade 01, Cherry Spritz. I do love how these are all like sealed so you can tell if they've been opened, you know, when you're in TJ Maxx. Cause like if you can't tell, you know, that it's like gonna be a good color by opening it like this, you have no business twisting it. Anyway, I think this is a stain, so let me put it on my finger. Doesn't that look delish? I love deeper red lip products, like stains like this for my lips. So let's put this one, will it fit? Yay, okay. And I think this was like more than half off. Yeah, no, this came to $12, so it was like on clearance, but normally these retail for $28 if they're still available. It's the jumbo size, which I don't know if these are any bigger than the one that I have, but it's the Juicy Glass Lip Duo, and I do have one shade, but I don't have either of these, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, these are definitely bigger than what I have. So I have Fig Smoothie and Plum Paloma. You know, I'm skeptical about buying used lip products more so than anything else because, ooh, that smells delicious. I don't know, I guess I've had a bad experience, but that looks delish and like more opaque and kind of pigmented than the one shade that I do have, which is pretty clear. And then this one is like a more sheer formulation. This one is in the shade Plum Paloma. I do think these were opened though. That's the thing. Like, look at this one. Are we missing some product there? Yeah, so that one's a little bit more sheer. So you get like two different finishes because the stickers are not on these, and you can tell it was like peeled off right here, but we're gonna take a risk. It's fine. I'm pretty sure this was still sealed and I ripped the sticker off. So maybe I already swatched them. Maybe it was me. I do tend to do that. Like, as soon as I get back to the car, I like open everything and like swatch it because I get so excited. All right, Bare Minerals. I have heard good things about their lip gloss balm. So I picked up this shade from TJ Maxx. It was in the shade Love. I want to say they had a bunch of different shades, which is quite unusual. Usually you'll see like one, maybe two that just didn't sell well, and so they're putting them out there. But this looked so good. Look, it's like a really cool toned mauve that has like very light sparkles in it. Smells delicious, like candy. That is a very, very nice shade for me. I love cool toned mauve shades. I don't think this is focusing a whole hell of a lot. Oh, that smells so good. I haven't tried a Bare Minerals lip product ever. I've tried so much makeup. How is that even possible? It just is. Okay, let's go over this one because I have it here, and then I'm gonna go refill the basket. So What's Up Beauty, I've been wanting to try. Eyeshadows, the highlighters, like the Serengeti or whatever highlighters that they came out with. I've wanted to try them, haven't done it, but they had this on Ipsy with their press setting powders. And for whatever reason, right now, I'm into testing a bunch of different loose and setting powders, and usually I'm very hesitant. So this looked good. This is in the shade Light, but this also gives me a chance to try the brand. Maybe not exactly the most exciting product to start with, but maybe it's the precursor, because I've been wanting to try mostly their eyeshadows. But look how pretty the embossing is. It's a little butterfly. Now it's focusing. This looks good. It feels soft. You know, that swatch was a little uneventful, but that's okay. All right, let me swap this out and we'll grab some more stuff. All right, let's go through this next one. There's not a whole hell of a lot in here, but there's a couple of things like in these boxes. So I got some lashes at Marshall's for $6.99. The Creme Shop actually does really good stuff. Like, their makeup is, I think, quite underrated. I picked these up because I use these like when I'm creating an eye look. And so, you know, I like to like re-up when they're cheap. The Creme Shop isn't the cheapest, so I think $6.99 probably is a pretty good deal. And you know, you can go pretty expensive on lashes. Like the Lily lashes sometimes are like 20 bucks, even though they're my favorite, and you get one pair. So got some more of those, and I really needed more powder puffs. I was like using them way too long, way too long, and I needed to clean them. This is like a case that like you can suction cup to something. I don't need the case, but I do like the puff. The ones that I get from Amazon come in like 3 packs. So I thought this would be nice, you know, just like reusable, bunch of them. So that can be put away as well. And this I did receive in PR from Mango People. They reached out to me and asked me if I would like to try their stuff. And it's actually a brand I've been wanting to try, but haven't. And I know they come with like a bunch of multi-use sticks, which was really nice. They have like a limited selection of things that I could choose from. I wanted to try the pink highlighter because I love pink highlighter, but they only had the lightest shade, which totally sucks, but I'm glad that they sent me these. So I'm excited to like review these, test them and review them. Probably not something that I'm gonna test like individually, but definitely something that I'll put into speed reviews. So this first one here is, I wanna say their bronzer, yes, in the shade Chai. Hopefully this is my shade. I cannot remember if this is the lightest one that they have, but that's for sure what I'm gonna need. So yeah, these are like teeny tiny little products, and they have like magnetic packaging. I mean, it's really nice and sleek. I do like that. I think this might be a little bit warm for what I'm reaching for, but I'll never know until I get it on my cheeks. I mean, it looks like it's a nice bronzery shade. I kind of like the way these smell. They have like no fragrance to them at all. I don't know, they just smell makeup-y. Why do I like that? I don't know. All right, this is another one of their multi-sticks. This is the lips, cheeks, and eyes in the shade Japur. I don't know if that's correct. I actually might use this as like a lip product in addition to a blush, or maybe just one instead of both. Yeah, I don't know why, I just really like the way these smell. This is like a warm tone, berry-ish shade for me personally, but I still think I'm gonna put it with my blush and try it that way. And actually I got 2 of them. I did get to pick apricot as well. I thought like, okay, one berry shade and then one apricot shade, because they were like, okay, pick 2 shades of the blush or this particular multi-use stick. So there's that one. I mean, they're definitely kind of deep, but if you buff them out, ooh, you know, they look really pretty. All right, and this was their highlighter in the shade Morning Light, which was the lightest like pearly shade. Again, I wanted that pinky one, but it was like all out of stock. And I think even when they reached out to me, they were like gonna send it right away. And then they said they kind of like sold out. And so they had to wait until it came back before they sent it to me. Look how light this is. This is really natural looking, your like lit from within glow. I might really enjoy this. Now I'm just getting product all over this stuff. Oh no, the packaging kind of stains. Okay, so let's put these in their respective drawers. So I'm actually gonna move highlighter down. And since I do have this bronzer, maybe I'll put it in like its own bronzer drawer. I do think that's the only bronzer that I have. And then cream blush. And then I'll move the setting powder up to here. I always set before I put blush on. And then this was from Refer. I picked this up at their, what they called like the last or final sale that they're ever gonna have, which I thought was crazy because I love their sales. But I picked up 2 brushes that I don't think I've ever tried before. So we'll pull these out. I think this one was like a compact, maybe blush brush, like cream or liquid blush brush. It's $37. So these were half off. So yes, ma'am. And then I picked up this one in the shade 24, which is more like maybe even a powder brush, but I would even do cream and liquid with this too. And then I got a free eye brush, which I actually don't hate because I've been using brushes like this to apply like my water activated liner recently. So, you know, even though that's like a free thing, I still don't hate it. So I'm gonna pull all 3 of those in for like my everyday makeup. Okay, this next one here is like skincare and sunscreens. So I thought we'd just go over this really quickly. There is like one I'm gonna actually pull in, but I literally was just thinking about buying this because I'm testing sunscreen, but I have like one left. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna need to get sunscreen. Definitely, I'm gonna need to re-up. But my favorite really was, even though I said I was gonna keep trying more, it quite literally was the ones that were super sheer. And I'm not exactly finding that from the drugstore. Even when they say sheer, sometimes they're giving me a tint. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy the e.l.f. instead of Supergoop because I tried both, but you know, they were relatively similar. So this one I knew was more affordable. It retails for like $14 normally, but it was on sale for $6.99 at, where did I go? Marshall's. And there were a million of them, so I had to troll myself. So I only ended up getting 2. So I am actually very excited to have both of these because I was literally going to buy them. And then I saw them there. I also picked up this one from Cetaphil because I know Cetaphil's skincare products are really nice. So I thought, let me try the Sun 30 sunscreen, the sheer mineral sunscreen. That's really what got me because I'm gonna use this on my face. I mean, it's still nice for the body too, but it's sheer and I'm really having a hard time finding like sheer product. The thing is with the sheer one from e.l.f., it's almost like more of it's a blurring primer too. Sun protection plus blurring primer. So I was moving it downstairs and using it as my sunscreen, but also my last step before makeup. So like this is both and it's fine. I'm okay using a product like that, but I'm also okay just having it be sunscreen too. Something that's not like a blurring primer that's more mattifying. I still like a lotiony moisturizing sunscreen as well. So when it said sheer, I said okay. But I also got this one from vacation at Marshall's. I already took it out of the box. Like this one didn't have a box, but I'm pretty sure this one did. It's still sealed, but I threw away the box. So this is the classic lotion SPF 30. This does not claim to be sheer, but vacation's just kind of like fun sometimes. I mean, they come out with some whack stuff, but like I like their vibe. It's very 80s, very retro. So I thought I would use this like on the body, even though it's only 30, which I'm really trying to do like 50 and above, and none of these are. It's okay. So yes, more sunscreen for the summer. Glad I'm getting all of these on sale. This one I picked up from Ipsy, but it is a re-up. I already had this from Innisfree, the Keep It Clean Hydrating Gel Cleanser, and I went through the whole thing. I want to say I haven't even talked about it yet in like a beauty empties, which that's where I would normally talk about it, but I loved this. It's infused with ceramides, 10 amino acids, and vegan collagen. It was just really smooth on the skin, very cleansing, non-stripping. I didn't know about Innisfree. I think they're sold at Sephora. This is what it looks like. Went through a whole bottle already. But then it was on sale at it on Ipsy, and I was like, oh heavens, because I have one cleanser left too. So if I see something on sale, I'm gonna re-up my supply. And I very rarely get sent like skincare in PR. I have like once or maybe twice. I don't know, maybe just once. This one I also got on Ipsy. Saturday Skin. This is the Wide Awake Brightening Eye Cream. I am going to pull this in my rotation because I am using a Saturday Skin eye cream right now, but it's a mini and it's almost done, and they had full size of this. I've only ever had the mini. I've never seen the full size, but Saturday Skin, one of my favorite skincare brands at the current moment. It is a K-beauty brand. Pretty sure it's a K-beauty brand. Anyway, Saturday Skin's become like one of my favorite skincare lines at the current moment, but a lot of their stuff, it can be pretty pricey, and I've only seen it like on their website and Ipsy so far, so nothing like on Amazon. I haven't looked that hard, but anyway, so I'm gonna pull this in. The box is going bye-bye because I have maybe 2 uses left in that other one, and this will be my first time trying like a full size of the Saturday Skin anything. Okay, I know this is a longer video, you guys, but here's the last haul of all of the stuff that I picked up, either Ipsy, there might be a Macy's in here somewhere. Yes, there is. I picked this up at Macy's, and then TJ Maxx and Marshall. So like it's 4 things in one. Have I gone a little crazy? Maybe. I'm definitely interested in sales at the current moment. Sometimes I go through like phases. It's wild. All right, this one was on sale, I'm pretty sure on Ipsy. This is the matte fixed pencil from About Face. I like this formulation, and I have the mauve shade, I think. This one is in the shade Paper Romance. I really like this formulation. Like, it's super creamy. You barely have to touch it. It's opaque. It's quite long lasting. Great. I think it's broken. It popped out. Does that surprise you for Ipsy? Not really. But like, that's a nice deep shade. I could wear this and like this put together. That would be nice. All right, I do have one shade of this from Milk Makeup. This one is in Globetrot. It's the Shimmer Lip Gloss / Oil Hybrid. I have one that I think is purple. Actually, it might be really similar to this, if I'm being honest, but this looks so good. I love this formulation, but I love like a blue sparkly lip gloss, blue and pink. Oh, it's so pretty. This is a really good formulation from Milk. Probably one of my overall favorite things from Milk. I believe that's the last lip product. So let's just do this one here. The Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. I've had this before, you guys. I decluttered it. I totally did. I'm a dumbass. It's medium coverage, up to 24-hour wear, non-comedogenic. The reason I decluttered it, because at the time I had really like combo to oily skin, probably more combo, but like, why is my skin changing again? It's just gotten a lot drier. It must have to do with like hormones, and it honestly might have to do with like the skincare that I'm using, although I don't feel like it's changed much. But this one is in the shade 30, which I actually think is lighter than the original shade that I had, but I just use it again. It's really good. Like, this is such a good formulation for, I feel like, so many different people. Maybe if you're not like super duper oily in the summertime, but definitely for combo skin, like it worked well for me. It's just really pretty coverage. It's just a really pretty finish without being greasy, and it's like super lightweight, but yeah, like pretty medium coverage. Hope we're focusing. So I am loving that again, maybe even more so this time around, because I think the original shade that I had was a little bit too dark for me. I would like to say that the last of these aren't blush, but they almost are. Okay, so this one here was on Macy's on sale, the Fenty Suede Powder Blush. This one is in Just a Crush. I love this formulation. If you guys know my personal preferences, it's a lot of shimmery formulations, and I really liked this formula. So I already bought one on Ipsy that was half off. It came broken though. It was loose in the compact. I like it, but it's like, now I'm like, oh, do I reach for it because it's busted? But they had this one pretty much for the same price listed on Macy's. So I'm like, okay, are we discontinuing this everywhere? Like, what's happening? Look at how beautiful this formulation is. It's like a highlighter blush, which I love. It's shimmery and like really pretty. It wants to focus on like what's over there, but let's see if I can't. There we go. Oh, I didn't even know Just a Crush existed. What I found is not every shade is on the Sephora website or the Ulta website. Are these sold at Ulta? I think they're maybe exclusively Sephora. It must be a contract thing, or I'm just tripping. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I looked these up and these were not at Ulta. They were only at Sephora. So that's how the story I'm telling it. But yeah, not all the shades are at Sephora. So the website has a ton more than Sephora does. So anyway, I didn't know that shade existed, or I probably would have picked it up. So I have Petal Poppin', was one of the original shades that I got. I got another one that I think is like orangey. I got the nude shade recently, and then Just a Crush, yes. And then this one they had at Marshall for $14.99. So maybe a little bit more expensive than what I was getting on Ipsy and then Macy's. But this is the What a Brat shade, which one of you told me is extremely sparkly. I know a lot of people don't like sparkles, but when it comes to a blush, sometimes people's definition of sparkles is different than mine. Okay, it is sparkly. Like, I'll give you that. I will admit. But will I still like it as a blush? I don't know. It's awfully sparkly. Like, I see that. But maybe I'll love it, like, even as a highlighter. So I know you warned me. You know who you are. But I'm still going for it. Okay, another formulation that I've talked about very recently is the Nudies Matte Plus Glow Core. They call it the Nudies Matte. It must be like a trademark thing because these are not matte at all. They're beautiful and dewy, and they were on sale for $12.99, which I think is half off at, where were these? Marshall's. And they had a bunch of different shades, so I trolled myself and just got this one in Peach Pearl. But does it even look peachy? I don't know. The packaging is like deceiving, I feel like. Why is this Peach Pearl? Is it peachy? I don't know. It's a little darker than peach for me. Is this in the wrong box? No, I don't think so. Oh, I just buffed that out. It's a lot less glowy than my other one in Rose Glow. They had Rose Glow there too. I love the formulation. Not enough people talk about it. Maybe that's why it's at Marshall's, but I think people are nuts. I think it's an underrated formula, and it's my favorite from Nude Sticks. I think their matte is too matte. And I have tried this formulation before, the Pure Lease Blush Glow BB Cheek and Lip Cream Blush plus Lip Color, and it was a tiny mini that I got on Ipsy on sale. But then I saw this and it's full size in a stick, and I was like, no way. I actually really enjoyed the other formulation. I think it's a cream, but it's in like a squeezy tube. I really did like that. So I was like, okay, well, this looks great. And this one is in Nude Sugar. I did swatch this already. It is so juicy and beautiful. Look how not intense that color is. Oh, this is gonna be great. Another, I'm pretty sure K-beauty brand. Pure Lease, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. It was made in Korea, so I'm pretty sure I'm right. And then these beautiful freaking things. I've been wanting these, and they were half off on Ipsy. I was like, I'm getting 2 freaking shades. I think all of the shades were on sale, but I've been wanting to try the Kevyn Aucoin Neo Nude blushes, Neo Nude bronzer. Kevyn Aucoin makeup is fabulous makeup. I have the Sculpt. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's like one of my favorite sculpting products. The powder formulation is soft and delicious. Look at that. If I rub all of these together, we're gonna do it. Ooh, look at that. Just a beauty. Just a beautiful pink shade. I can make it lighter or darker. Oh, I also really like sleekness of the packaging, and it's like this glossy finish. I don't know, there's just something about Kevyn Aucoin makeup that I really enjoy. So that one was in the shade Grapevine, which is a rose plum, and then I also picked up Sunset. I've been wanting these, and half off was like, okay, well, now we have to get 2. Maybe it was even more than half off. And this one even fades into a freaking highlighter. Like, look how delicious that looks. I feel like I'm defacing it. Oh, see, that's so my shade. That's so a summer shade that I would rock. I can clearly see she wants to focus like right there. So does that help? So yes, we're very excited about this. And the very final blush that I have over here is the Soft Gradient Blush. This was the second one from Koki. This one is in 01, which is cheeky. This was the peachy shade. So I got kind of a berry shade and kind of a peachy shade to accommodate the 2 colors that I kind of like. This one might be really light, but I thought that that might be nice too. And I mean, I can go in heavier up here. This is just an awfully light blush. They had quite a few colors too that were on Ipsy for that $5 price point. I thought I'll stick with 2. By the way, I accumulated this stuff over like the last several months, and I promise you, like, all together, I want to say I spent like $300. I'm not even kidding. Like, between TJ Maxx, Marshall's, the Dollar Tree literally was like $10. And like, if I buy something at Sephora, I will literally spend like $170 if I pick up 4 things. So it's ridiculous. I was just going for the sales, trying to get more for less, that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I accumulated these over the last literally 2 months, and I just haven't put them away. All right, here's all the powder. I really can't pull in anything else for my Shop My Stash once we get to this side, which is like in a year from now, basically. But I'm gonna put these in here. So we've got all the creams, we have all the powders, we've got a couple highlighters, which I actually might be able to pull in some highlighters for Shop My Stash, but I have 1 bronzer, so I definitely need to pull in bronzers. I've got like 1 setting powder, so I need to pull in some setting powders. I have lip products, and that's all I'll need. So the Shop My Stash portion is definitely going to be limited, but I still need to do it for a couple of things. Maybe 1 highlighter, definitely a couple of bronzers, and definitely a couple of setting powders. We're just going to put the blushes back. But I do want to, oh wait, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. I do have this one from Marshall's. It was $5 the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat, and that sounds right up my alley. And I don't know if $5 was like a really good deal, but NYX isn't like the most affordable thing on the planet anymore, but I still thought $5. Is it $5? Yeah, $4.99 was still a good deal. Anyway, flat but not matte sounds right up my alley. So now I have 2 setting powders. So I'm probably only going to be able to pull in like 2 more, because if I'm testing something and I don't like it, then I don't keep it in here, but at least I know that I can pull from this side. All right, that is everything. So bada bing. Let's move it along so we can talk about this side. I'm going to rotate views and move it over here, and we'll go through everything that I have in here, decide what gets put back, what needs to stay, and then we'll do my shop, my stash portion. I'll try and run through that one maybe a little bit quicker, even though this is going to be titled like everyday makeup drawer, but I have gone over all of these products in my last everyday makeup drawer video, swatching everything, talking about everything. So I just want to do a final roundup with you guys and then grab the couple of products that I need for the shop, my stash portion. So let's swap these around. Okay guys, let's work on this side over here now. My house is getting nice and loud. That's my kids. It's Sunday, so you're probably gonna hear them in the background. All right, these 2 we just ignore, from MCO Beauty, then Carolina Herrera. It's a little lip gloss. I keep them up here. I like to hydrate my lips with them. But let's take these lip products out. So these are the last of like the sticks that I had. I had the Tarte, I've already lost the sticker. This one is the Color Shift one. Really pretty. I don't know if you guys can hear my son. It's in like blueberry or something like that. I used this a bunch. These were the ones that I didn't use as much like 2 months ago. And then Hourglass in Desire, also really pretty. And then one from Flower Beauty and one from About Face. So I like all 4 of these, but it's time to go back, and I might pull in some new lip products because there's only 5 here, and I feel like I could go through those like pretty quickly in terms of like testing them, and I want to incorporate some more of my own lip products for the month. Can I zoom us in a little bit here? Okay, so all of the single eye products that I had in for my everyday makeup drawer, guys, I added these in later. I was like grabbing them in the mornings because I needed a simple and quick eye look, so apparently I grabbed a bunch. I had this one from KBD in the shade Hail Surge. I'm pretty sure I used this. Like, I really like these. They're nice and cooling, and they lock down pretty well. I think each of these I wore once. This one from Jaclyn Cosmetics is like my favorite. It's a discontinued product. This one is in the shade Frozen. I have Urban Decay, and this one is in Space Cowboy. I have one from Moira Beauty that's a Lucent Cream Shadow in the shade Infinity. This is really pretty. I am trying to go quickly. This one from Pat McGrath is in the purple shade, which is like Midnight Temptress or something. I absolutely love this as a single. It's so weird, but it's like a really deep, like almost black base single. Oh, so it comes out like a lot more flattering, Midnight Temptress, than you would think. And this one from Moira Beauty, I don't know if I ended up using. I feel like I pulled this in but didn't like end up using it. I was doing a lot of singles with like colorful liners just to kind of go, as opposed to doing like a whole eye look, because I do wear eyeshadow every day. I don't have to, but I like it. But honestly, this one I'm not sure I used, so I'm actually gonna keep this one up here just for the sake of like using it again. I have realized like I'm liking rotating through a lot of my singles, because for a while there I was going through a ton of eyeshadow palettes and I was ignoring a lot of them, so that feels good. The RMS eye lights, I wore this once in the shade Strobe, and then finally this one from Milk Makeup. It's one of the chalk sticks in Dodgeball. It's honestly, it's really pretty. It's just like a pressed metallic, but this needs to go back. All these need to go back. So all right, let's move on to this drawer right here. I accidentally shoved a contour in here, but here's all my powders. The e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. This one is in the shade 150C rather. It's honestly, it's a little too heavy for like how my skin has been lately. I just haven't been as oily, so I wasn't reaching for this a whole ton. But this one is a little bit lighter from one side. This one is in the shade Fair 3N. All 3 of these are like powder foundations I used for setting, and I pulled them in because it was getting warmer, but I'm honestly not as sweaty or as oily as I have been in the past. This one I reached for a lot because it's the lightest. The L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear in the shade 130. This one I really liked, and this one was kind of one of the that I was thinking like I don't remember how I feel about it, but I use these all a bunch, and then I ignored this one, my Flower setting powder from Beauty Bakery, but I'm going to keep it in here. So we have 2 powders, but I definitely need to bring in more, because if I don't like a powder again, then I need something that I know I do like. Let's go into the bronzers. So number 1 here, The NARS, oh my gosh, so dirty. In Laguna 01, the bronzing cream, I used the heck out of. I don't know if you guys get all excited when you have a bigger makeup collection when you make like a dent like this, but I felt like, oh my gosh, this is one of those products you could tell I actually used a lot. My kids are so freaking loud. Use this one a heck of a bunch because it's really easy, but I brought in 3 bronzing drops, one from KARIM, one from W7, which is an affordable brand out of the UK, but they sell in my CVS, and then MCO Beauty's Super Glow Bronzing Drop. I used all of these each one time. That was it. That was how limited time I had to get ready, because bronzing drops, I typically need more time to use them to apply them in the mornings, and I didn't have that. I think I might keep all of these in here for 1 more month. And then I have this one, which is another one that stays in here from The Balm. It's the Balm Desert Blush and Bronzer. I've been working on this thing for so freaking long and haven't panned it. Same with the setting powder up there. So all 4 of these are gonna stay in here. This always stays in here, so that's uneventful. But then the last one here is the contour stick from, oh my gosh, Westman Atelier. I love this, and this was the one I used the second most this last month in May. Face Trace Contour Stick in Biscuit. So this needs to go back. So I do want to pull in some more powder bronzers. I'm actually okay if they're cream, but just some that if I'm in a hurry I can grab them because there's only one here. Now let's go through all of the blush that I had, and this was it both in cream and in powder. So I have the new formulation of the Haus Labs blush, and it was, I want to say this shade. No, it was this shade right here that I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm gonna like it. See how nudie it looks? And it's quite like deep. But this was so pretty buffed out because it's not like intensely saturated. This was such a nice shade on me. I've got to say it was like one of my favorite looking shades on me. And that one's in Fire Moon. And then this one is in French Rosette, which is lighter, but still a very warm peachy shade. I used those a bunch in May, and I kept these in here, the older formulation, because I love these shades too. But I used these a bunch in the previous month. This one is in Palmetto Peach. I almost stumbled on that, but then I second guessed myself too. And then this one is in Hibiscus, which looks like it's getting some hard panning. But I love both these big ones, but I also love both these. It was like kind of like a do I need these shades if I have the old formulation, but I like them all, so I'm gonna keep them. This one from KARIM is the SoCal Super Bloom Stain and Wildflower. I really enjoy this like juicy formula from KARIM. I have 2 shades of this, so I left this one in from the month before. And then this one I wanted to use more, so one from Haus Labs, and this one is in Glassy Palmetto. I just like a juicy cheek, and it's so good. This one is honestly better than these, and I really enjoyed this as a juicy formula from Pat McGrath. These are the Divine Blush Legendary Glow Color Balm. This one is in Peach Lotus, and so this one I also had 2 shades in, but I put the other one back because I used it a bunch too. But these ones, I mean, they're a little bit thicker, and so I feel like they don't sit on top of powder very well, but they are very, very pretty. All right. That is it for the blush. Let's move on to highlighter, and let's flush this out. We have 3 new highlighters, so I probably want to pull in, like, I'm okay with pulling in 3 more. This one from Gucci in Opal Pink. Gorgeous. So that was my like pinky option. Here, I'll just do like a swatch on the finger. Like, this is so good. But you know, in order to get this like intenseness, you do need a pretty dense brush. Otherwise, like, it's not very intense when it goes on with a fluffy brush. And then from Jaclyn Cosmetics, it's a discontinued putty bronzer in Glazed Out. And then my KARIM, which I absolutely love. I love all 3 of these, and they're very similar formulations, but I think they're the only 3 that I have that are kind of like putty like this. This one is in Highlight. This one is like the most intense, I think, but maybe hard to tell. I mean, they're all pretty intense, but they're all like a little bit of a different shade. So we can re-up on highlighters as well. So let's focus on, oh my gosh, everything pretty much but blush, I think, is what we're going for. I don't pull in foundations and concealers because I switch those up all the time, just depending upon what I'm looking for the day. So it never makes sense for me to pull in the foundations. And then eye products, I really don't pull in singles, but maybe we will this time just for the heck of it, because I have been enjoying rotating them. I've just been grabbing them in the morning, so I might as well. So yeah, I guess the only thing we'll kind of ignore is the blush product. So let's go shop my stash for the rest of it. All right guys, I'm gonna hold the camera for this shop my stash portion. I don't feel like setting it up. So this is the bin of stuff that's gonna go back. All the stuff that I have to put away. We'll use this to fill it up with the new shop my stash. And we'll start off with single eye products that I keep in this drawer. So it's gonna be me trying to hold the camera and kind of shop my stash at the same time, but I'm going to just be grabbing things. And then at the end, I go through and like swatch each of them back at my little station with the rest of it. So this is all my singles. Let me think about it for a second and let's see what I want to grab. Okay, starting off, I think I'm gonna grab 3 different shades of the Moira. These are the shadow pots. I think that's good. I don't think I need any more than this. I mean, some of this other stuff might be fun, but it's definitely not gonna be fast. Actually, I think I'll take this Lawless, the Bio Glitter. Like she doesn't make this anymore. It only came out in 1 shade and it was like a limited edition release. I still think this is like really nice. Like even though it's not like a fast product to put on, I'm taking a look at like what else there might be. All right, moving on. You guys, let's go through highlighters. Ooh, what do I want? Do I want the powder or the cream? Yeah. Let's chopping block this. Don't know if I love this, so I might not keep it. I like the Tarte. This one I've used pretty recently. What's going on back there? All right, Wet n Wild. Let's do her. Ooh, let's bring in the Ilia. And then this J-Cat. Is that good? 3 good? I have not been going crazy with buying highlights lately. Should I do the Revlon? Like, I'm gonna do the Revlon too. All right, that's good for highlight. All right, we are moving on over here to bronzer, which is this drawer. Bronzer and contour, it's all in one. Let me see if I can't like turn up the brightness. Woo! Turn the light around. All right, let's take a peek, see at what we got here. I don't have a clue what I want. All right, let's pull in these 2. I love these. I don't know why. I just pulling in what I want. And I want to pull in these 2 sculpty ones too, because these are more like contours. And I think that's good. Oh, I forgot powder on the other side, so that's dumb. Let's take a look at lip products. Now, lip products, I have 2 separate drawers. So I have this option. Don't mind the fingerprints, like the makeup prints on here. And then I have this option here, and I don't know where I'm going with it. So I don't know, let's take a peek. Okay, I pulled in some randos. I literally just kind of like randomly grabbed, but then I was like, yeah, you know, some of these I could see myself getting rid of if I wanted to. I'm just trying to think of like shades that I might reach for like in the spring and summertime. I have so many lip products. These ones from Cream Musea. Pretty sure I still have a discount code with them. And like all these American ones. You know, I'll pull this in. I'm not 100% convinced I like this gelée. What else? I feel like I could just go crazy here. This one's a little bit older. Let's pull in this Essence. I think it's like a satin finish. I don't really know. Sometimes I just like, I go back in for lip products like later on because I'm thinking about a specific one. That's the look for today. Ooh, let's pull this one in. This is that MAC, like Juicy Juice, whatever. I don't know, these plumping gloss sticks. Yeah, I think that's good. So, like, here's my little bin. I still need the setting powders. Hopefully I'm not showing you like cat hair on the floor because that would be great. All right, let's do setting powders next. All right, here's all the powders. I do not have a lot. I've actually purchased quite a bit recently. I'm just looking for like lighter powders right now. I have not been enjoying like heavier powders like I was historically. Let's pull in the Charlotte Tilbury one. Lawless is good. Honestly, I don't have like a shit ton, but I don't know what I want. All right, let's pull in the Makeup Forever because I was saying that like I only like to use this when I'm not looking for a super heavy powder, and that's pretty much like right now, just because I have not been as oily. Should I pull this one in? I absolutely love this one too. It's like a new release. I didn't realize I like Essence powders. Yeah, this drawer is so underwhelming. I guess I'm just super picky, but recently I have been buying more. You know what? These are fine. Let's just pull in like these 2 right now and move on. All right, I do have the fan on because it's so hot up here, and I don't know, I think I'm getting the placebo effect because I don't even think it's high enough or on me, but yeah, it's pretty low. All right, so I'm gonna try and go through these quickly. I already showed you guys the Makeup Forever powder. It's just lighter. I don't think it really locks my makeup down very well. I mean, I love the little puff in there, and it's a shit ton of product. They just came out with like a new one. Like, what's that about? How is that different than the HD Skin setting powder? Is this supposed to be more matte? Like, am I wrong? They just came out with a new one. And then Charlotte Tilbury. This one I love, like timeless. And I don't even have like a whole heck of a ton left. It's one of my most panned products. But that's gonna go, actually, what am I talking about? Goes up here. These drawers are so messy. I just try to like wipe this one off. All right, next I have lip products in here. So Rare Beauty, this one is in the shade Wonder. It's one of the lip oils, but it's also a stain. I like this color. Oops, I almost dropped it. I have had other colors in the past, but this one I held onto because I liked it the most. It's not the most staining thing in the world, but it's pretty. I grabbed a lot of pink and red shades. This is a sparkly one from Clarins. They sell these at Macy's. Will it focus? I have no idea. Probably not. It's just not a product that they sell like in Sephora and whatnot. Anyway, it's really pretty. That is me getting it to focus. It's like really, really tiny sparkles. And you know what? Let me put it on right now. I actually kind of prefer this lip oil more than the other ones, and it has like a small doe foot applicator. That's so comfortable. I can kind of feel the sparkles a little. Then this one from Flower Beauty is in the shade Fuchsia Crush. I had 2 shades in this too, but got rid of it. I mean the other one rather, because it was very like light milky pink. But this one's like a deeper pink. So I like this. This one's an orange option from MAC. It's in the shade Heat Stroke. Why? Heat Sensor. Okay, anyway, it's the kind you like twist up, but these are nice and juicy too. I even forgot I had that. And then this one from Merit is one of the lip gelées in Pink Beat. It's the tinted lip oil, rather. It's okay. It's just okay. These are high price point for how I personally feel about them. And then here's just a regular shimmer gloss, the 411 Lip Glaze from BH Cosmetics in Papped. This one's pretty, just clear over a lip liner, but it's like frosty. Can you guys like see how just like pretty? Oh, focus, excuse you. Damn, that camera did not want to focus. It's like frosty and pretty. This one's actually a really nice gloss. Clearly I've put this over like a lip liner already because it's like kind of stained the doe foot. That's a lot of lip products. All right, and then 2 like cream lipsticks from Queen Musea. This one is, I think, Becky Sharp. Am I wrong? Yeah, Montreux, I am wrong. Okay. I like these. They're nice like cream formula. Is it even gonna fit there? I'm surprised it did. This one's in Becky Sharp, which this one's almost like a more terracotta looking shade, and this one is more like mauve-y. I don't know, this comes out maybe lighter orange than I thought it would. But that's like a crap ton of lip products now, in addition to this stuff over here. I feel good about it. All right, now I can touch the bronzers. All right, this Artist Sculpt from Makeup Forever is fabulous. It's just such a perfect shade for light skin tones, and like it's a sculpting product. I know that was like the worst swatch ever. I absolutely hate this side from KVD, but I absolutely love this side over here. This is such a good formulation. Not enough people talk about it, but look how neutral that is for like a sculpting product, and I love the formulation. And same thing with the Give Beauty. This one here, I don't like the bronzer side, which is this. It's just a little bit too warm, but the sculpt side is really good. I mean, it's not a whole heck of a lot of product. So like that I think is too light and too warm on me, but I really enjoy the sculpting side. I love that formulation too. And this last one is the sculpting powder from Kevyn Aucoin. This one is also in light. These are so good, these Artist Sculpts, the one from Makeup Forever and then this one. And this one almost has like a rosy tone to it. And so like absolutely perfect for a lighter complexion, I think, and not enough people talk about that. Alright, I tried to clean these drawers up like a little. Since we don't have any blush, we'll just do highlighters in the next one. This one is from JCat. It's the You Glow Girl, and this one is in the shade Seaside Frost. I really liked this. It's a baked formula. Pretty intense too, but like smooth. Really, really smooth. Then here's my cream option from Ilia, which I really like. This one is a lot more natural looking, but also like really pretty. Lit from within, I would say. Oh, I totally forgot this one from Essence. It's the satin finish in, oh my gosh, 01 Freaky. I don't know if they make this anymore, but either way, it's like a nice lighter pink peachy option. All right, this highlighter from Wet n Wild is in the shade Precious Petals. I got rid of the other one, which is pink. I don't know why. There's that one. It's almost like a peachy shade. Love it. All right, and then this one I think is like on the lighter side from Essence, the Baby Got Blow in the shade, did I say glow or blow? I don't know. That's funny. Sassy and Silk. Yeah, I think it's on the lighter side. The ones from Essence, I'm not like a huge fan of the puffy style. I may end up decluttering this one. So that one's more on the chopping block. It just squeezed out on the table. I don't think there's a crap ton of product left in this either, because when I was doing a declutter last time and I was trying to do a swatch, oh my gosh, you guys, I squeezed it and it got all over my camera. It just shot straight up in the air. So I don't know why I still have it, to be totally honest with you. I feel like I decluttered decluttered like the blush, or maybe I've held onto it. I don't know. Applicators are quite literally the worst as far as these puffies go that come from Essence. All right, and then the last one that I have is the Skin Lights Prismatic Highlighter from Revlon, and this one is in the shade Daybreak Glimmer. I think this one's like more goldy than I'm normally reaching for, but I still feel like it works for me and a ton of skin tones. All right, that is good. Now my single eye products, you guys can see the colors. So this one right here is in the shade Showtime 04. So I'm like, I guess I'm just adding to these shadow pots, the one that I had. And this one's like a purpley shade, which is in the shade Eureka. These are nice, but they weren't my favorite. So I wonder if I'll end up like decluttering some. This one is really pretty. This is like a dark brown in Muse. And then let's do this bio glitter from Lawless. So underrated. It is freaking stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And it works much better than you'd think it would, like as far as applying it. And then the final one is from Stila, the liquid eyeshadow in Kitten Karma. I had a bunch of these, but I only held on to 2. But Kitten Karma has like a really nice base with a silver sparkle on top. One way or the other, I'll zoom in on this so you guys can like see it. Sorry. That's all the singles. I have a bunch of eyeshadow palette too that I'm like still working on. So if I have more time to do my eyes in the morning, I generally will do a look with an eyeshadow palette testing it. And then if not, I will generally just like grab for a single up here. All right, well, that's it. That was everything. I know this was a longer video. I know that there was a lot more of like the haul and the testing new makeup side today than the everyday makeup drawer, but I still hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys aren't currently subscribed, I would love to see you subscribe, you guys. I'm out of here and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.